مجمع الأندلس التعليمي، تعلم عصري ملهم بهوية وطنية وقيم إسلامية.
الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. Dear students of grade 9, I welcome you once again. Today, inshallah, we are going to talk about Module 6 with the title of A Modern World. Our lesson today is 6D, Vocabulary and Listening, page 68. So, let's get started. Our objectives today are 1. To form 5 adjectives using the suffix full and less. 2. Complete 7 sentences with the correct adjective forms. 3. Match names of people with their statements after listening to an audio. Now let's start with exercise B. Read the speech bubbles. What's the difference between the adjectives careful and careless? Be careful with those dishes. Oops, I'm so careless sometimes. As you saw, the adjective careful, which means giving attention to what you are doing, has a positive meaning, while the adjective careless, which means not giving enough attention to what you are doing, has a negative meaning. Now let's have further discussion of the suffixes full and less. As you can see here, we can add them to either nouns or verbs. Some verbs or nouns take full, others take less, and few words or some words take both, like we have here. For example, the word meaning. Meaning here can be meaningless or meaningful. Again, meaningless has a negative meaning. Meaningful has a positive meaning. Color can be colorless or colorful. Use can be useless or useful. Help can be helpless or helpful. Power can be powerless or powerful. Harm can be harmless or harmful. Now let's have a few examples. Many people think a cold is harmless. Studying all night is hopeless. I'm never going to pass the test. Now let's move to exercise A. Read the note. Which adjectives can you form from using the words below? Beauty can be beautiful. Peace can be peaceful. Home can be homeless, and help can take both. So we can say helpful and helpless. Now let's complete with the correct form of the words in capitals. The map you gave us was very, and we didn't get lost. We use the verb use, so it's a positive sentence, so the map was useful. Number 2, most snakes are, but people are still afraid of them. Harm will be harmless. Number 3, Richards is a very player. I think he'll become one of the best in the team. Skill will be skillful. 4, Charles Dickens was a very writer of many well-known novels. Success becomes successful. Number 5, I always thought this painting was worth a lot of money, but in actual facts, its worth becomes worthless. Number 6, smoking is to your health and to the health of those around you. Here, as you can see, we will use harm once again with the opposite meaning of the second sentence. Here, smoking is harmful. Since I bought a smartphone, my camera seems I take all my photos with my phone now. So another use of use will be useless. Now let's move to listening.
6D. Listen. Listen to 4 people talking about the internet and match the names with the statements A to E. There is one extra statement which you do not need to use. Beth.
Young people find it really hard to imagine the world without the internet. But the way I see it, things were better in the past. When people needed information or an answer to a question, they searched in books or asked around. But most importantly, they tried to think and work out the answer themselves. Nowadays, they immediately go online, even for very simple questions. People have stopped thinking, and that is a problem. They depend on the internet too much.
Jack.
I can't imagine life without the internet. I surf the net or chat every day. I have got lots of cyber friends, and it takes time to stay in touch with them. My favourite pastime is playing online video games, and I can do that for hours. Then I always surf the net or read the newspapers. I can spend all day in front of the screen, and sometimes I do, which is a problem. I order a lot of junk food because I never have time to cook, and as for exercise, when can I find time for that? To be honest, I think I should start being careful, maybe change my lifestyle a little.
Julie.
The internet. Well, it's very useful. You can send email and stay in touch with people all around the world and find information about the strangest topics. And of course, the funny videos you come across are unbelievable. However, there is one thing that worries me, giving out my personal details. For example, I don't feel safe buying things online and giving my credit card number. And as for social media sites, well, my friends want me to join, but I'm not so sure. I mean, anyone can find out all about you, right? And you're helpless. That's a little scary.
Frank.
I'm not one of those people who use the internet all day, at work, at home, etc. But I believe it's made our lives easier. For example, it has changed the way we shop and find information. I mean, it's very helpful. I remember those days I used to spend walking around different shops looking for gifts for people. Now, with a few clicks, I can find whatever I want, and they have great offers. Also, there are plenty of sites where you can find almost everything you wish to know about any subject. You must only be a bit careful, because many sites are not very reliable.
Now let's match the names to the statements. Let's start with Beth. Beth believes that the internet is making our brains lazy. The answer is B. Now let's move to Jack. Jack, on the other hand, thinks that the internet is bad for his health, which is E. Julie believes that the internet can be dangerous. The answer is A. And finally, Frank thinks the internet is convenient for his lifestyle nowadays. So the answer is B. And by this, dear students, we have come to the end of our lesson. Until we meet next time, I say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
مجمع الأندلس التعليمي، تعلم عصري ملهم بهوية وطنية وقيم إسلامية.